Hey all, Jin Lee here, bringing you episode 4 of the Fireside Chat. I'm joined as usual by resphoina, the Broadway Saiyan, and Lidz87. And this was recorded on January 27th on Lidz87's Twitch stream, where we went over largely what we got at the 3rd year anniversary, quality of life changes, the global first LD, Balthier. We go over our thoughts about him, which I highly recommend checking out if you are unsure whether or not you want to pull for him or not. And we also go over a couple JP topics, including the new BT Plus era. So hope you all enjoy. Very laid back stream. We go over a lot of stuff, including viewers' questions. And we even had Square Joshua drop by while we're discussing the 3rd anniversary items. So we thank him and Glacy for all that they do. And obviously thank you to my co-fireside chatters as well. It's always a blast every time we do these, and we will try to make it more of a regular monthly thing. And as usual, I hope you all enjoy. I will leave the timestamps to the Balthier discussion below. And I will see you all next time. Bye.
What's going on, Fireside Chatters? Wait, is that a thing? Is that a word? What's going on, guys? We're just chilling. This is the pre-show. Hello. Say hello, guys. Oh, wait. Oh,
hello.
Oh, look, he's got Frieza. Oh, shit.
That's not Frieza.
I'm gonna run away. I'm just trolling, guys. 40, we like troll each other. We're, it's a thing. All right.
It's my boy Jiren.
It is Jiren.
Bear. Look at my best bear.
So is that like Frieza's kid or something?
No. He's just a super OP guy.
He's from that that other, the Guardians of the Galaxy universe, right? That other universe?
Yeah,
I've never seen after what was it, Majin Buu Saga. That's when I stopped.
I thought this whole time you watched Super.
No, I haven't seen Super. None of those. So, wait, hold on. Where the
Liz, what are you drinking? Do you have beer in a wine glass?
No, this is a beer glass.
Oh, it looks like a wine glass. I couldn't see the stem. I didn't see the stem.
It's supposed to help keep it.
But it looks like a stemless wine glass. I was like, I won't knock it.
It's supposed to help keep it cooler. I don't know, science.
Classy beer.
Yep. Actually, where did my chat go? It is missing from here. Oh dear. Let's find it. Title, name, social elements. 40s. I might have to have
Thinking it is that a Drax reference? I hope so.
Does Jiren skip leg day? Never.
You might. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Browser chat. Aha, there you guys are. Haha. Sorry. I don't know why the chat disappeared. It might be because I kind of sort of redid my layout, so just a lot of shit disappeared for some reason. So there we go. Now everybody can see you guys. So hello, guys. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be starting here in a few moments. We just wanted to hang out, relax, talk about 40's Jiren, So are you going to show them the other one, 40?
Oh, okay, here. This is more recognizable.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, we all know who that is.
No.
It's Cloud in a dress.
There you go. Yes, I knew it. Cloud cosplay.
Yes, Cloud. It's cross-dressing Cloud.
Yes, it is the Shantoto. Yo, so I don't know if you guys want to touch upon this later because we just found out, but Shantoto with a Burst Plus.
Shantoto, I thought. Is it Shantoto?
No, it's going to be Zidane and Ishtola. They're going to be getting Burst Plus, but eventually, the rest of the cast will get them.
I'm more thinking about Tara with Burst Plus.
Yeah.
So.
My girl.
Sephiroth
My girl.
with Burst Plus.
I love the Plus era because you already got your favorites first, and then all you gotta do is Plus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so viewers, so on the JP side, they just revealed their 4-year anniversary stuff, and on the JP side of the game, burst weapons are going to become realizable, so they're going to be burst pluses. So they're going to open it up with Zidane and Ishtola. They're going to be the first ones. So, and yeah, Lufenia Plus. So we could probably talk about this a little bit later.
Yeah,
for sure. Just to give.
I'm just happy. I'm just excited that they're finally making it so that if you clear the challenge quest, it clears the chaos quest too. I've been wanting that for a while.
I want it so that if you clear the Lufenia Plus, it clears absolutely everything below.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do all the work.
Like, obviously, I can do everything.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Like,
everything that you can do the highest tier, it clears the lower tiers.
I mean,
that would make sense.
Then that would mean in like what? Not even half an hour, you're done with everything as soon as events.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Except for maybe the challenge quest, since that does require certain characters.
Very, very true. All right, just a little bit more, and we'll get started here soon. Oh man, do we have a show for you?
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, green apples. Sorry, that's from a comedian long time ago. Zidane's costume is sick. Evil Nacho. Yeah, where's that costume from? That's what I want to know.
It looks like a combination of like Eldnars, Zasalamel from Soul Calibur, and Assassin's Creed. But it looks dope. Like, it really looks dope.
Yeah. I haven't played any of the NT games, so.
Is there a way to like get refunds for that his original costume?
Probably. I can't believe I bought that game.
Oh, the one where he was like a Knight of Pluto, like ripoff or something.
Yeah, it's god awful.
Freaking lame.
Yeah, it's kind of eh.
Can I get my refund back for that?
Yeah, we should be able to exchange. Yeah. Can I have the new one for free?
Costume exchange shop. Wait, somebody mentioned an LD token shop. Is that for real?
I haven't finished reading all the translations, but I guessed if that's true, I called it.
Because I mean, eventually it's gonna have to come, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So people are confirming that that is a thing. Calix just confirmed it.
Sweet. I was reading Zeta's translations right now, but we had to start the show so I can finish all the translations.
All right.
So I know I got as far as what's that guy Sid Reigns coming into the game. I don't know. Isn't he from like 13.2 or something? I don't know. I never played those.
I haven't played beyond 12, so.
Oh no. Did you try 15?
I did not. Hal is actually playing through it. Halcyon's playing through it now.
Okay.
But
he's beaten it once already, hasn't he? At least one.
I don't think so.
Really?
Halcyon, you haven't beaten FF15, right?
Shame.
I haven't even beaten 15.
He's not gonna answer because he's shame.
I haven't either, so I haven't beaten 15 either.
I haven't beaten 6.
You guys have to give your Gladio LDs back.
Okay.
Gladio LDs back.
Okay, then you're not.
Noctis Burst back.
Are you not going to pull your Celis LD then?
I will play it by then.
Or.
I don't know about that one. So much good stuff coming, guys. A lot of good stuff. So, well, I mean, let's give it another minute, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So it'll be 9:45 my time, 40. I think it's 7 o'clock for you.
Yep.
Right. I don't know where.
And it's almost 11 for me.
Oh, geez. It's past your bedtime.
I know.
Jin, what time is it over there for you?
It is almost noon.
Damn. Lunchtime?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm hungry.
Is this your lunch break?
I mean, more or less.
Is this how you're taking your lunch break? Thank you for sacrificing it for us.
Yes.
I also don't have 2-hour lunch breaks though. Just putting it out there. Hopefully this isn't 2 hours.
So wait, are you working?
No, obviously I'm not doing anything right now.
You are at like your office.
I am fake working.
I need to take lunch off, guys. Cancel my meetings until 2. Thank you. So
it's a necessary sacrifice.
It is a very necessary.
All right, shall we get started?
Let's do this.
All right. So welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of the Fireside Chat. Man, we haven't seen you guys since last year. It's been quite a bit. Where you guys been? Where has everybody been? But welcome back, guys, to 2021. Happy New Year. At least we haven't said Happy New Year from the actual Fireside Chat. So welcome. We are glad to see you here. For those of you joining us for the very first time or returning, we are a monthly podcast that we talk about the city of Final Fantasy Opera Omni. And we're pretty chill. We all got our drinks and all that wonderful stuff. So let me go ahead and introduce all our wonderful hosts. So Rez, may you please introduce yourself and what you are drinking today?
Yes, I'm Rez. I'm drinking a black cherry White Claw, which is my favorite. I might switch to whiskey later in the night, but yeah, I've got Teddy on my lap, but he's asleep, so I won't lift him up. But for those of you that don't know me, I'm known for my lack of self-control when I'm pulling for weapons in every gacha game that I play. So that's DFFOO, Fire Emblem Heroes, and Tales of Crestoria. So if you like watching lack of self-control and reactions where you have to turn your volume down or mute it entirely because of how unhinged they are, then
it hurts.
That's me.
Yeah.
I do not like Seymour. Seymour can get fucked.
Oh shit!
I hate Seymour. I fucking hate Seymour.
Oh my! Don't piss her off just yet. Okay, not yet. Wait until later into the show. Jen, yourself, please introduce yourself and what you are drinking, if anything.
Hey, I am Jin Lee. I am not drinking anything. I do YouTube. Actually, Rez and I just reached 3K subs, so I want to thank everyone for that. We haven't reached it prior. So yeah, thank you everyone for that. And yeah, I do how to play, clears, meme, pool videos. That's about it. And then I generally beat Rez in pool battles. But we don't know. No one knows the recent result yet. So you still have to wait for that.
Hang tight,
Ramza.
I want to find out. I will pay attention to your both reactions to see who is more tilted, and that will reveal who lost. And 40, how about yourself? Introduce yourself and what you are drinking.
Well, my name is 40, the Broadway Saiyan. I'm not drinking anything alcoholic. I'm drinking a fruit punch body water sports drink. I don't know why I'm drinking this, but it tastes good. Happy New Year's to everybody. I do DFFOO content. Pretty much overviews on upcoming characters, upcoming reworks, LDs, bursts, all that good stuff. I started a brand new, Basuda Redeemed, because Zell has an LD and rework on JP. So I'm trying to prove his power. What else? I'm obsessed with Cobra Kai. So if you guys love Cobra Kai and Karate Kid, I'm the one to talk to. And I'm just happy to be here and get hype about DFFOO with my friends and my DFFOO family. So,
and you are.
Oh wait, and I decided this year that I will no longer extort money from Jin because I really want to see him stream on Twitch, and I really want to see him actually show his lovely, beautiful face one of these days. So I have decided this year, Jin, that I'm not extorting money from you anymore.
Oh no. Now, what other excuse can I come up with now? All right, I'll take the extra money and just pocket it.
Oh, jeez. That's funny. And you're rocking out, that's a Cobra Kai hat, right? You got yourself there?
I am wearing a Cobra Kai hat, yeah.
Very nice. Oh, crap. I still have to watch the most recent season. And I am Lidz87. I am also a content creator on both YouTube and Twitch. And yeah, that's really not much else to say. Oh, and I am drinking Samuel Adams in what Rez thought was a wine glass. I guess it kind of does look like a wine glass, but
when you can't see the stem, it looks like a stemless wine glass.
Wait, hold. You gotta swirl it. You gotta let it breathe just a little bit. So. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we have a few things to talk about. Primarily, we're going to be talking about the 3rd year anniversary. I mean, we could talk about whatever. Really, this is mostly a chill podcast, but let's go ahead and get started. So earlier this week, we did get the Square Enix community live stream talking about some quality of life changes and the 3rd year anniversary, along with the global first LD character, which we are going to talk about a little bit more later, and why they are not a cheaper Paladin Cecil. But let's first talk about what's up.
Oh, he's not? That's what I thought he was.
Oh, wait, he isn't? I thought we said that he wasn't a cheap Paladin. So he is a cheap Paladin Cecil?
He's a cheap Cecil and cheap Pinello, and just don't pull for him.
God damn it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about them later. But the very first things that we are going to be talking about is the quality of life changes that we did receive in the games. We got flex badges, inventory increase, party using features, daily free single draws, and that's just to name a few. So, which one of these are you guys most excited about?
We got an inventory increase?
Yeah.
What?
It
I
went,
did not.
It went. It went from 9,999 to 99,900.
It's the crystal.
The crystal.
It's
The crystal.
crystals.
Yeah, sorry. I should have specified.
Am I gonna artifacts? Oh man. Okay.
Oh, that would have been nice if we could have farmed a bunch more artifacts.
I like the badges. I like having a tiny mog next to my name.
I like flashing my gems.
Of course.
Yeah, the gem richest of us all.
He is.
I did choose the gem. I did choose the gem icon.
So did I, Jin. So did I. 40 heavy.
Gotta have the
I-
bling.
I guess I like the flex badges. They were all awesome. I think I like them all equally, but I guess the flex badges was cool because it was an actual global. It's an actual global exclusive thing because JP doesn't have that yet. So
Yeah.
which one did I choose? I chose the one with the sword icon because why not?
It's like the co-op
The
one.
co-op
right?
one, right?
Yeah, the co-op one. That's the one I chose. I didn't choose the gem one because I like Rez. I also don't have self-control. I will pull when
I
I'm
have
not supposed to.
self-control with gems, just not with tickets.
True.
Hey, Rez is pretty
or
rich
like
now.
anything
Also.
else in my life.
Rez is pretty rich now. Also.
And yet you still have 300k more gems than I do.
That's because he's the underdog. But I also picked the gem after my name.
Look at Rez. You made her choke.
How dare you? Oh, Teddy, I'm sorry I woke you up.
She just spit all over Teddy.
While he's up, say hi, Bear.
Oh, look, it's Teddy, guys. Say hello to Teddy.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
But yeah, I also used the gem after my IGN because why not? So now we're in co-ops, you get to see the nice big gem on top. But I am curious what other things we are going to be getting in the near future in terms of just other like little small, even like this is something small, but it's a neat feature as a global exclusive so far. You know, JP doesn't have this feature quite yet, but it's just something nice to have on the global side. Now, I did see someone mention something about this was in fact about the daily free single pull. Now since maintenance going forward, and it is a permanent thing, just like the JP side of the game. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but every single day upon, I believe it was reset, we will be able to pull on any banner of our choice once for free every single day. Now, I've seen some, not as much backlash for this feature, but I know that there were some, like on Facebook and Reddit, that some players, they're like, that's it, just one free draw a day. But how do you guys feel about that?
That's 365 extra quote unquote tickets that you can use for a whole year. So why would you complain about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very true. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, I believe the best way to think about it is, yes, like even though it's you could get bronze daggers every single day, it's just like Jin said, for a whole year, that's just that amount of tickets that you save. And you never know, with the odds of the game, it's possible they could potentially pick up an LD or burst weapon absolutely free. It's rare, but it's possible. The odds are there, and they could be in your favor potentially. So,
I mean, when you've spent 365 tickets, I mean, eventually you could get something, right? So at least once a year you'll get something free. That's at least eventually. Just might not be what you're exactly wanting, but it could be something for sure. I mean, it's just something extra.
So I do have to ask Rez, to our uncontrollable ticket spender, how do you feel about this one?
So I'm like, I think it's a nice change. We have something similar like in Fae. But with this, it's like, it's better than not having it. The only thing that I can think of is for people that like go to pity the burst on the very first banner, or token it immediately, like if they know that they're not going to be spending on the other banners. I'm just picturing, like, I know this is going to happen at some point where somebody pities a burst or tokens it and then gets a burst on one of the free draws. And that was the first thing that I thought of.
Also,
the first thing I thought of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's all you.
The first thing I thought of was that the Deso banner can keep trolling me.
Have you gotten anything good yet from, what was it, like our second free single pull, or our third?
No. I mean, I don't really expect anything out of it, but I think it's cool that we have that. I really don't see any reason to complain about something that's free. But
Truly,
I like it, and we got it early. Global got it early, so it's a good thing.
We definitely did, and as Rez just mentioned, and what was Faye, that some of these other gacha games actually have a feature like this already introduced, where you do get some form of free single pull every single day. So I'm actually surprised it's just being implemented into the game. Like 3 years later on the global side. So hey, it's free pulls every single day, so I am okay with that. Now, talking about free polls, I guess this seems like an appropriate way to transition this, is that a lot of players, even me myself, I was kind of hoping or expecting for us to get the 10 ticket draw during the 3rd year anniversary, and I know that a lot of players were not. They were pissed off about this. Do you guys think that it was right for them to be angry about this feature, or justifiable to be angry about that?
I can see disappointment. Oh, go ahead, Jen. Go.
I mean, like, speaking as like a GL only player, I would say that we have a lot of like early quality of life. So I don't think like we shouldn't feel entitled to them, but it's always great when we get them. And sometimes, like, I'm just speaking like from a dev's perspective, sometimes those are attached to like a lot of new code that comes with JP content. So sometimes it's not so easy for them to separate it into a GL only thing. So sometimes it's difficult for them to actually do it. So I just appreciate when we get the early quality of life. I mean, I was also hoping for it as well, but if we don't get it, we shouldn't be like rioting, I would say.
Oh, we have Square Enix Joshua.
Hey.
Hello, Joshua.
Hey, he's also confirming with what I'm saying.
Code is messy, guys. So it is what it is, and I'm on the same page as Jen. Like I was hoping for it, but since we didn't get it, I am okay. We just sit longer with our viewers there as they watch the full animations for all 200 tickets sitting there for an hour.
Right. It's in the grand scheme of things. It's like, I think that might be why, like, if people were, focusing, if people were having backlash towards the daily free single draw, they were probably really hoping for the 10 ticket summons. But like, think about all of the global first QOL updates that we've already gotten. I mean, one that I love is the daily cactuar hunt is now forgiving of people that forget to do it. And yet, even with that leeway, I'll still miss a few tokens. But I think it's important to remember that, like, there are so many gacha games with, global and JP servers where global, like, gets nothing exclusive. And so just keeping it in perspective that, like, the fact that we get global exclusive things is absolutely amazing. And, we should, it's a game that cares about its global players.
I definitely agree about that. And I'm sure I speak for us here at the Fireside Chat towards the community managers, Glacy and Joshua. Thank you guys for what you guys do. Don't let the toxic people speak for us. We are very grateful for everything that you guys do for us on the side of the game, and hype.
Very hype.
An awesome stream. Good job on the stream,
yes,
Les.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. We are very grateful.
Cats are adorable.
So, yes. All right. So another thing, talking about this, I know that there was high expectations for this one. This was another thing that I was also hoping for, especially now that we got a new type of summon board grind called Divine Diabolos or the Divine Grind. And now I'm talking about the Auto Plus feature. Now, those not familiar with the Auto Plus feature, it is a feature currently on the JP side. It was probably introduced, like maybe 2-3 months ago. Around, I believe it was Divine Diabolos 40. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's
when Auto Plus came out?
Right. Wasn't it Divine Diabolos?
No, I believe it was Divine Alexander.
Okay, so
for JP. Yeah, so it was the third Divine Summon event. Yeah, it was Divine Alex.
VL's confirmed Alexander, but thank you guys. But so what it is, it's like the auto feature, but the characters use their actual abilities. So they'll use their EX abilities, their LD abilities, and their actual skills. So you literally don't have to sit there and press buttons, and they can auto farm for that. Now, you guys currently grinding Divine Diabolos, you guys can see how it could become a tedious task, or a lot of players were actually disappointed about the Auto Plus feature not being introduced. What do you guys feel about that, my fellow Fireside Chat host?
Put on a Netflix show, binge some anime, and at some point your fingers will just click the right buttons in auto mode.
I mean, JP had
a little tedious, but it's so much less grinding than we had to do for summon boards. And the fact that you can keep the same party for it, you don't have to use any books or anything. That's the biggest thing for me, because I like doing it before I go to bed. But if I use a book, I feel pressured to stay awake the whole time and be on the whole time. But this is just a great way for me to fall asleep, because it's monotonous. And that's what I need to be able to fall asleep at 4 a.m.
Yeah, we've got to at least grind one summon board manually. We can't just obviously the first Divine Summon board we get Auto Plus.
I do believe that now that I've had to, I did accept the fact I was fine with them not introducing Auto Plus already. It just lets the global flip players suffer like the JP players did for a few Divine Summons, but I was completely fine with that. And the way I see it is that I still believe we might get it a little bit sooner than the JP side. That's just, the global side of the game. They like to introduce, features earlier to make our lives lazier. I mean, easier on the global side in terms to farming. Now, I do believe once we get more LD abilities and LD boards, I should say more specifically, then I could possibly see them introducing Auto Plus a little bit sooner. If anything, it might be a Divine Summon sooner, but when we get it, we will get it, is what I have to say about that.
Some in the chat are asking what's Auto Plus, so that's for people who don't follow JP. So Auto Plus is everything we want Auto to be, pretty much. It uses abilities that you can use LD abilities automatically instead of just HP Brave Plus.
How dope would it be if we had gambits in this game?
Who?
That would be amazing.
From X-Men Gambits? I know Gambit.
No,
that's from 12.
From FF12, and I think about it all the time, Christoria and for DFFOO. If I could just have a pattern that I could just set to auto, that would be.
So for those of you that didn't play Final Fantasy 12, like myself, what's a Gambit?
A Gambit. Yeah. Let's see if I can explain this properly. It's a set of commands that you can, a set of conditionals that you can set for specific characters and certain conditionals. You can say Finello, heal when an ally is under 20% HP or something.
That's dope.
Things like that. And you can have gambits for everything. I fucking love that system. When I was playing FF12, I was against Yasmat with the 2 million HP or something. I set my gambits and just let it. Halcyon kept telling me, believe in the gambits, trust in the gambits. And so I fought Yasmat. It's an hour-long fight because of how much HP it has. I literally set the gambits and let the fight go on, and then went to go make dinner.
That's pretty cool. It sounds like it could be complex with the 120 plus characters we have in the game.
Totally.
But it's secretly a lesson in coding with conditional. Oh my! So yeah, it sounds complicated.
It is.
It totally is. It's wishful thinking.
I mean,
we're
you
not
don't actually have to use it either. It's kind of like a a complicated auto, more or less.
Gotcha.
You can program your characters to do what you want them to do in certain conditional.
I think I'm just happy with Auto Plus. We don't have to have Gambit in this game.
Oh, I'm totally happy with Auto Plus. I was just imagining, like, what would that even be like if we had Gambit?
That seems like a lot, just because like taking the time to set up your character.
There's so many characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters. So imagine that for like every single character, you have to set up this Gambit or macro, so to say, for them. That just wow, that sounds like a lot. But talking about
like you use all of them.
sorry?
You use all of them. But yeah, it's true.
I guess
only use like a small amount nowadays.
I guess if there was a
Just get through the
more
content.
simplistic way of doing it, like just have general like party-wide gambits, for example, like when if you have a healer, if a party member drops below blah blah blah, have the healer heal the party or themselves, or stuff like that. That would be interesting. So, all right, so the next thing that we are going to be talking about now, we were talking about the Auto Plus feature. We did mention Divine Diabolo. So, are you guys done with Divine Diabolos?
I've done like 4 fights. I've done it like 4 times.
Oh my god, I've done it more than you. Look at that.
I'm actually almost done.
Nice.
Wow.
Because while I was working, I was just doing it off to the side. So it just kind of racked itself up with the amount of times that I ran it. And I was like, oh, I'm almost done. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
The rewards are pretty nice, huh?
They are. I mean, 40,000 gems, 400 tickets, 100 blue nuggets, 100 red nuggets. It's a lot.
It's a lot of
It
rewards.
is a lot. I'm actually already done with those.
Wow.
Little past lunchtime, I was done. But no, yes, guys. So Divine Diabolos. It is all right. I will admit, like, it is a tedious process, but try to get it done now, especially with the super synergy currently active. That little green aura around the characters are the characters on the actual banner with the current Ramza burst banner. Those are the super synergy characters for Divine Diabolos, because those are the only way to get increased points and the Mog Pass, and it also your current player rank also influences the amount of points you receive. So the moment that super synergy goes away, you will not get increased points from that. Does that? I don't recall from the JP side. Does that also happen with the Mog Pass too? Does that still apply or not?
What does?
In terms of gathering points for the divine boards.
Like as far as like
So let's say for
like
example,
rank go.
So aside from the rank of the actual Mog Pass, does it still boost your points? Okay, I just need confirmation for that. But yes, if you have the Mog Pass with your current player rank, you should still be boosted in points. But man, without the actual super synergy for the characters, it's a drag. You guys thought it's long
drag.
now. It is much more drag if you guys let that slip. So do not take advantage of it right now. So what is like 2 weeks that we have with this?
Okay.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
We have 2 weeks, right? How many? So has anybody calculated how many runs you need with like 3 boosted characters?
Isn't like 75 or something?
It's about
More?
2 to 3 runs based on your rank. So if you're rank 1,000 plus, it's about 3 runs, because you get like 3,000 points per run.
Okay,
something
so
like
then
that.
If you've got 2 weeks, and it's like 5 or 6 per day. 5 or 6 runs per day.
Yeah, if you guys want to pace yourselves, assuming you have the Mog Pass, just calculate it that way so you don't stress over it. If you still want to get it done, but don't want to have to get it done like on day 1 or 2, like how Lidz and I did, or Lidz did.
Just don't be like me and leave it for the last second and then have several characters that still need their summon boards.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, because I do want to talk about what teams you guys are using and what do you guys think the ideal team is for this? What team are you guys using for the actual run? Because, we all don't necessarily have the same characters. And this might give away if Rez or Jin for your polls. I don't know if you guys want to discuss that or not, but...
Well, everyone knows that we were going for pity. With Jim. So obviously we both have the LD. Yeah. So... I just use the most OP team possible. Ramza with LD, Machina with LD, and Maria.
That's my team,
because it's Maria.
Team 2. 40, what were you running?
Well, I'm running Machina, Ramza, and Freya. but I will always try to find either a Kuja or Dark Knight Cecil friend, or a Machina friend, because especially if Machina has the LD and the LD boards, you could just keep having Machina spam LD S1, LD S1, and pretty much Diablos will never get a turn. Dark Knight Cecil has instant turn rate with LD. You go right into launch. Kuja, because Kuja has all those multi-hitting attacks with his LD. So I just try to find a friend unit that can that can speed things up, and then I take 3 synergy characters. So
I don't even bring a friend unit. Yeah, because those 3 just kind of destroy it. It depends on who you have, I guess. But because I like fast animations as well, so like Maria's like skill 1 is just super fast and batteries everybody.
Yeah, I could see that. I actually don't have Maria built up. I'm running a similar team as 40. I have, Ramza, LD Burst, Machina LD, and my third is...
You got Ramza Burst? You got Ramza Burst?
Yes. I did get.
Congrats!
I had to pity the LD, though. I got 2 bursts facing his LD.
But you got to burst along the way.
Yes, but...
That's always a win.
That is a win.
That's awesome.
And it's extra burst tokens, so that'll be nice. So any additional free bursts, I guess, if I get them, will be burst tokens. But I brought Ida as my 4th character. But I noticed that I loved finding Dark Knight Cecil supports, because I did equip Pandemonium, and I was curious to see if my Machina was still going to be hitting cap damage. He was featured, and Pandemonium with the chase damage, it was actually pretty nice. So. Dark Knight Cecil, guys, he's a beast. If you haven't gotten him yet, pick him up. Oh my gosh, he's such a beast.
Oh, poor Jin. That's not so targeted.
I'm
Lidz is cruel.
I didn't know.
I'll be right back. I gotta get another White Claw or 2. I'll be right back. But continue.
Okay. But there's Teddy. Teddy, take her spot. Goodbye, Teddy. Oh, geez. But, all right. Well, I guess we were just talking about our Ramza pulls, which was actually one of the topics. 40, how's your pulls?
They were awesome. I pulled last night. 7 tickets. I got the LD, and I could easily get the burst with tokens. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna definitely pull Balthier because Ramza's burst is on there, and I'm aiming to hopefully get the burst there, because I don't really have any plans. I don't have plans for Guy, unfortunately. And I am unsure about Caius, so my plans are to hopefully get him while trying to go for Balthier. And I have 50 tokens just waiting. I actually have more than 50 tokens, but
nice.
Yeah, but 7 tickets got me the LD, and I was done. So it was really good.
Damn.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's 200 tickets plus the pity for me.
Oh no!
Oh, you did 200 tickets too? Oh.
Yeah, I recorded my video. I did the 200 ticket segment. I didn't get it, and then I did the gem poll. And I'm like, I can't include the 200 ticket polls. That's just congrats 40. Congrats on your 7 tickets with LD.
Thank you.
Got some content creator luck right there.
Go rewatch my video. Let's go rewatch it.
Yes, I will. I definitely will. All right. So before we talk about the global first LD character, what do you guys think about us getting the paid weapon gloss already?
You mean the Vincent LD?
I hate you. Stop. Okay, so So when Joshua was like, "Oh, hey, we have another global first surprise," like 40 was in there, we were all in there. We're like, wait, what surprise? What's going on? And you see Vincent with his EX animation, his like neck twitch, like all of a sudden, like he's in the freaking Exorcist. And we seriously thought for a moment that he was getting an LD. No, it's a.
I legit thought that he was getting a burst. That's how gullible I was.
I thought it was something. Obviously, they did that on purpose, but I did think it was something. It was very trolly of Squex.
They should have led with Balthier. That's what I think. They should have led with Balthier. Gosh damn it. So.
But it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah. It took me a few seconds to finally realize, we're getting weapon glosses early on the global side of the game. Those not familiar with weapon gloss, paid weapon gloss, it's literally just that. So it's like when you equipped a customizable skin for the skins for your characters for their weapons. That's what it is. You pay to get a weapon gloss for your character. In this case, it's going to be one of the flower cactuars. The golden flower cactuars, but only gun characters can equip them. So if you're rocking out Vincent with his gun, he's gonna have a just flower golden cactuar as a weapon of mass destruction. So
I fucking love
Very
it.
fitting. Very fitting.
Or wait, who are our dual wielders? King and Saz when they bust out two of them.
Oh yeah,
For Saz, it'll look so good with his choco.
man with a golden cacta gun, or is that what Josh said? He was
Gosh.
making a 007 reference.
Gosh damn
That
it.
was cool.
So there are no benefits to this, guys. There's no like increases in stats, none of that stuff. It's a bundle. You get gems just shy of 3,000 gems, if I remember correctly. That's literally all it is. It's another way to support the game, and you get to flex a flashy weapon gloss in co-ops. And in your videos, if you're a content creator, in your videos. So here's the real question.
Flash that you spend money.
Yeah, right? Right next to you with your IGN with the gem at the very end.
Yeah.
Or you can be cool and use a Mog badge.
You could use.
I mean, personally, I think that, just like the costumes, I think that it's a good idea, just for the fact that I think people will be super salty if it actually gave like stat boosts. And I also like the fact that you can equip it on everyone, so it's not like you can just use it on one person and that's it. But I do want like cooler looking ones, not just all like goofy looking ones.
Someone said they should release Seth's sword as a weapon gloss.
Oh geez. Just keep his Masamune. We're fine.
Exactly. It's the only like 15C weapon that I still have.
Yeah. What does JP have? They have like a paddle or a fan or something.
They have a Christmas present. They have a flower for, what was it, for like spring or something. And then what was the one for Halloween? It was really goofy.
Wasn't it? It was wasn't it a pumpkin or something?
I think so. It's funny though. Like
a lollipop.
I have you.
It was a lollipop.
Yeah, I have Yuffie carrying the Christmas present, and it looks ridiculous. But it,
I can't.
You know.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
honestly, it reminds me a little of like Symphonia, where if you had certain titles equipped, sometimes in battle they'd go in equipping other things. Like Zealous's dinner party costume, he'd come in with a bouquet of roses as his weapon gloss. Did you guys not see that?
Who plays Tails again?
what?
Oh, and okay.
But it's definitely.
Whatever, it's fine.
Just don't mention Seymour, all right, guys, for the rest of the podcast. Just don't. But it's definitely it's a what's the word? It's a quirky, fun, paid feature if you guys do wanna purchase that and support the game. So there you go. We'll have to wait until like Halloween probably or Christmas for us to get the lollipop
Or spring.
present. Or spring.
We might get something for spring.
Like an Easter egg. Who would you get? What would it be? Like an Easter egg?
Yeah, Easter egg, or like, I don't know, a chocolate bunny. I don't know.
I'm trying to think of
Something.
who.
I don't know. I hope we get something really cool looking too, not just all like troll looking stuff.
Okay, cute looking things are not troll.
I can see it both ways, honestly.
Weapon skin.
There's some players that love, the cutesy stuff, and other players that want the serious, hardcore, badass looking,
I can
flashy
do both.
weapon glosses.
I think Josh should personally design us his own weapon skin that will be in the game.
It's gonna be
players.
It's gonna be cat claws for monks. Watch. If Joshua was to design one, it's gonna be cat claws.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. If Tifa could rock out the cat claws. Yang 8. Just
Tifa, my girl.
the plushy cat claws.
My girl. God, I can't wait.
Oh, you have a keychain. Very nice. Joshua's hair. Joshua's hair on Sephiroth. Yo, I'd buy that. I'd buy that. But anywho, all right, guys. So let's talk about probably the most controversial thing about the 3rd-year anniversary, and that is going to be the cheap version of Paladin Cecil. Whereas a lot of Redditors and Facebook people are
I don't even know why it's controversial.
I don't know either. So, of course, that is we're talking about the global LD first character for the 3rd-year anniversary, and that is going to be Balthier. Now, Balthier. Wait, what? Monday?
Leading man.
The leading man. I didn't play Final Fantasy 12 when he was talking those. I'm like, the leading man. I'm like, who's the leading man? Cloud's a leading man in the story in his Final Fantasy 7. But sorry, bad joke. Anywho, so those of you that missed it or have been living under a rock with Balthier, he's going to be the global first LD character, and he's going to be coming in with no rework, no LD boards, which just got introduced into the game, and with his LD ability. I'm just going to quickly explain it before we actually start talking about it. Now, he's going to use his actual ability, Tides of War. Now, he's going to remove all debuffs from the party. He will grant 3 levels of Waves of the Sky Pirate, which is his actual buff that he does grant himself fairly easily with his own abilities. He can steal 3 buffs from each enemy and increase the turn duration by 1. This is a 8-hit AoE ranged Brave with 100% AoE HP attack. Now, this is going to come with a permanent party-wide aura special effect by just literally either equipping the weapon or the aura, aka the LD passive. As long as it's equipped on Balthier, this will be permanently active on the field with no expiration. And it's a stackable special effect buff that increases either when Balthier takes a turn, or you can get an additional stack when Balthier steals a buff from the enemy. Now, at 1 stack, plus 50% to attack. 2 stacks, plus 50% to max Brave. At 3 stacks, plus 20% to Brave damage up. 4 stacks, plus 20% HP damage up. And on the 5th and final stack, all these wonderful stat increases, they get applied to the entire party. Now, a lot of Redditors and honestly, just a lot of players that don't necessarily like Final Fantasy 12 or just like other games or the toxic players, they're giving Balthier a lot of hate for his LD. Now, why are they wrong? What do you guys think about Balthier's LD? Hit me.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Yeah.
Well, I can go first. So, for example, like most people, it seems like they're used to like a really like very obviously OP character, like as a GL first, something like you can see that they're doing huge numbers, huge damage. But like if you play the game long enough, you understand like aura bots like are a huge part of your party, and they could be like really, really important to your party. Like take for example like Rosa back in the day. Rosa was not doing damage at all. Like she was like the most amazing unit that I used for a long time just because of her auras. And then take for example now like we bring Kais. Like he does absolutely trash damage when you're using him in Lufenias now. Like for everything outside of launches, he does absolute trash, but we bring him just because of this HP damage up on launch, and he's just so broken because of it. And that's kind of like how like Balthier can be used, because he's just sitting there, and even all his bonuses, like they're even more than those. Like like if you cover everything, and like he can just sit there if you want him to. But he's also helps himself, like obviously with all those stat boosts as well. But he can just sit there during bursts, during like lightning turns, during so many, you know. Just I'll just break it down and just say like, if you bring trash characters with him, he will be trash. If you bring great characters with him, he will be awesome. That's kind of how aura bots work. I'm done.
Raz, were you gonna say something earlier?
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I mean, those of you that saw my video or were in my stream, you have the eardrum damage to confirm how excited I was to see the leading to. I mean, the second that I saw, I'm the leading man, aren't I, or whatever he said, like I flipped the fuck out. Sure, I'm disappointed that he didn't get a rework. I'm okay with him not getting LD boards because like he needs something to be relevant in the future when he comes to JP, and that'll be a great way to do that along with the rework, and then he'll just be like very relevant again, and then he'll be usable even longer. But I think that people are underestimating the fact that like his aura is permanent. Like it can't be dispelled. And we all know how much Lufenia bosses love dispelling even framed buffs. And the fact that his is a special effect that cannot be dispelled, I think people are kind of taking it for granted. So like Jin said, Rosa was there for her auras. She wasn't really there for dealing damage. And Balthier still like his potencies are fine. Like they're not terrible or anything. Like his kit is still pretty niche, but I think his LD did a lot more than people are giving it credit for. And like Jin said, if you bring trash characters with him, then he's not going to be great. But my favorite characters in DFFOO are ones that help enable other characters to be even better and to be the best. So Balthier is one of my favorite characters. I loved FF12, but if there's another character that I can bring to make my other faves shine even stronger, then like that's a total win to me. So I'm very excited.
And 40, what do you think about the cheap Paladin Cecil?
Okay.
Oh damn! He's stretching,
All
guys.
right.
He like cracked his neck and everything.
Okay. First of all, I'm fine with him not getting an LD extension board and a rework. Okay, he got a level 80, which is good. Every LD extension board for each character is different, and it from what it looks like, it's being based on how their base LD was. Look at VV's LD, right? The base LD is extremely strong on its own, and the LD boards that he just got on JP were more of a quality of life. Look at Ramza and Machina. Ramza got his LD first. Machina's LD was strong when it was first released. It wasn't super strong, but one of its drawbacks is that the debuff is applied after he deals damage. So you're not getting that follow-up attack. Look at the LD boards. Really, really strong, right? Versus look at Ramza's LD. Ramza's base LD is very strong. Auto launch, delay, battery, strong effect. Look at the LD boards. There's a balance that you got to find there. Right, and I think it's perfectly fine that Balthier does not have the rework or the LD extension boards because his LD is loaded. I don't think people are realizing just how powerful those auras are and that they're permanent. They're permanent. They're not tied to a debuff. They're not tied to a buff. That means they are immune to cleansing or dispelling. So you have him in your party. He's sitting there in your party with 5 stacks. You're going to benefit from that for the entire duration of the fight, unless you swap Balthier out with a friend unit or if he gets KO'd. And people saying, "Oh, his damage is going to be whack. He has low hits on his brave hits." Look at his LD effect at 1 stack, and if you fully max limit break that, he gets 110% attack increase alone, and that's not even taking into account the buffs that he gets before he got this. His Way of the Sky Pirate, which increases, his attack and physical attack, and his Snatch, which also increases his attack, right? And then some people are saying, oh, he doesn't Brave Refund, yada, yada, yada. Well, this all comes down to team compositions. Run him with a battery. Run him with Ramza. I was just talking to Josepher about this. Put Balthier with his LD and Ramza together in a party, fully geared. That's 210% attack increase for your party alone, from burst effects and buffs. Okay? People are comparing him to Paladin Cecil. Oh, Paladin Cecil has 50% brave damage up and 20% HP damage up. Why would I go for Balthier? Why don't you just run them together? Also, people forget that Paladin Cecil's LD effects are only active when his HP is over 100%. Black Nero mentioned it on his video. If Paladin Cecil is getting blasted and his HP falls below 100%, there goes your brave damage up. There goes your HP damage up. What about Balthier? Doesn't happen because it's permanent. It's part of an effect, Run them together, you're what is that? 70% brave damage up, 40% HP damage up. Another argument that I was seeing was like, oh, well, what about, brave HP damage will eventually cap because that really only helps out characters, that, don't hit brave cap. Well, what about characters with like split HP damage, splash damage? That HP damage up actually impacts them too. Just think about that. Those characters that do those split or they don't do the 100% HP splash damage, that damage is going to get amplified with all that HP damage up that you're going to be stacking. So just think about that. Just think about that. I mean, I can understand the disappointment because, like, for example, I really wanted Rydia. Like, Rydia is one of my favorites. Rez probably wanted Lulu. Lulu's one of her favorites, right? Or we all wanted Zach and Vincent because FF7. I understand the disappointment when it comes to that, because the thing is that, maybe Global had set itself on an expectation to to the community because we got Beatrix, we got Aranea, and then they surprised us with Vivi. So I can totally understand that. But what I'm trying to say is that don't trash a character and like compare him with like one metric to another character and be like, oh, Kurosame has 30% HP damage up. He's pretty much another Balthier. No, because Kurosame has things that Balthier doesn't and vice versa. If you're going to be comparing these characters, look at them as a whole of like, what does this character do? What does this character not have? And then afterwards, kind of make your assessment there if this character is actually going to be impactful on your party. So that's my rant on that about Balthier. I get the disappointment. I get the opinions because you guys were all hyped for your favorites. I get it. That's perfectly fine. But I would not trash the character saying that he's gonna suck, yada yada yada, without taking into context just how powerful this global first release is. Because think of it this way: Square Enix didn't have to do this. They didn't have to give us all these global firsts. They didn't have to give us all these exclusives, but they're doing it because they love the community. Josh and Glacy are putting all this hard work, and I'm gonna keep preaching. I have one more thing to say to those of you at the Square Enix stream that were insulting Joshua and Glacy. At the end of that stream, you guys should be ashamed of yourselves for insulting people over a mobile game. This ain't the coronavirus. This ain't somebody dying in your family. This is a mobile game. Okay? You don't insult people over a mobile game. You can be disappointed if your favorite character wasn't shown off or whatever, but you don't insult somebody over that. All right.
Fuck yes.
That was beautiful, man. Y'all's pissed off the 40, man. Oh, you don't want to see this guy pissed off, and he was holding back. But no, I pretty much, 40 pretty much said it all. And to add on to what 40 was saying is, first and foremost, it's like, I've noticed this trend, even not just in Opera. I mean, this is in other games also. Is the fact when players don't see massive numbers, like they want every single character in their mind to just do massive amounts of damage in order to be broken. But what they don't understand is team compositions, how to actually put teams together. Like I'm on the same page as 40. I'm on the same chain. I'm on the same page as the rest of my Fireside Chat hosts. Is that, of course, with being the global first LD character for the 3rd year anniversary, you're like, oh, you're hoping it's potentially, one of your favorite characters. I was hoping that it was either, Rem's LD. I was hoping that it was either Vincent. As soon as I saw Balthier, I was like, oh man, it's Balthier. But you have to withhold your judgment until you actually read what that character is going to do with their kit. And like also 40 mentioned, like I was also expecting or hoping, I guess I was more of it expecting, because even pre the 3rd year anniversary, I was saying that, oh, it's going to be after Divine Diabolus, it's going to be after Ramza and Machina. So Machina and Ramza are the introduction or the first to receive LD boards. So the fact that the global first LD character is going to be after them means they're going to be getting LD boards. And in my opinion, I during that time, I thought, like, this is going to help last longer as we progress into the Lufenia era on the global side, because I believed at the time, I believed that if they didn't come in strong as a 3rd year anniversary, they weren't going to last very long. Okay, so they confirmed that they didn't have a rework, and I was like, oh, whoa, Balthier doesn't have a rework. That's kind of alarming, but okay, let's find out what else they do. And then they revealed what the special effect does. And at that point, I was not worried anymore because of everything of what my fellow host have said about the special effect. It's just a strong special effect. Now, mind you, we're going back to the players that just want to see massive amounts of damage. Balthier, he's not a damage dealer. He is not going to be your primary source of damage. He is there as a bot, or he's there to provide your party members with these stat increases. Now, start pairing Balthier with all these other wonderful units that also give brave damage up towards the party. This isn't a PvP game. This is a PvE. So whatever you guys can put together to make work for the Lufenia, that's going to work out beautifully. So currently, who do we have right now? We have Lightning, who has a special effect that increases your party members brave damage up just with her LD, not her burst, but 20%. Sephiroth with his debuff, 30% brave damage up with a debuff on that enemy. Of course, Simon with the HP damage up, stacked it on top of Balthier. Just the different ways by putting team compositions together to further boost your party's damage. That is what Balthier is going to be bringing to the table. So all of those toxic people that were just mean to the developers, they weren't seeing that. They're just the narrow-minded players that just want to see big numbers and not actually looking at the character's kit, or they were just upset. As someone was saying, like, maybe they were a Final Fantasy VII fanboy or fangirl. That could have been the case. Maybe it wasn't Vincent, and they were just absolutely upset because of that. Okay, look past that. Look at what their character's kit does. And I believe I'm speaking for anybody here too. It's like the same case with when they introduced Aranea. I had no idea who she was. I never played Final Fantasy, 15 all the way? So when she got introduced, I'm like, no, well, who is she? But read what they do, and as you guys saw, Aranea was strong she was very strong for a long time on the global side. So
yeah, another thing that Halcyon brought up is best way to make a character last longer is to give them support capabilities. DPS falls off so quickly, but support characters can be used. I mean, how long was Rosa used in team comps until she became, obsolete? But I could still use her. She's still usable. She's still usable in, challenge quests and stuff. But like DPS usually falls off so much faster. And like I said, I'm such a fan of characters that enable other characters to do their best. And like, we didn't even talk about the fact that he cleanses all debuffs. Like Lidz, I know you and 40 both talked about it in your videos going over Balthier, but like, we don't have a Lufenia viable character that can cleanse party debuffs.
We have Yuna. Jeez.
Lufenia viable.
Well, just
true.
Just to add on to that, like for example, like when I used to do like a lot more how to plays, I would always analyze the character's kit, and by the end of it, like I would say like this person is, the negative would be there's just a selfish DPS, so they're gonna fall off fast. When I'm able to list like something like everything that Balthier does, that starts becoming like a must-pull kind of character, like because not only is it his auras, he also cleanses debuffs, he also steals buffs, and then if you weren't thinking long-term, like his long-lasting power, I mean, he doesn't have an LD extension, he doesn't have a rework. So if he's already this strong right now, when that comes back around, you don't even have to pull for him again. He's gonna be great again, and because he's a support unit, he will last long both ways. So he's actually a great investment now and a great investment later. And I know that like people who kind of like push them to the side don't understand like the T composition aura importance. So like there will be obviously after his release disappointed posts about like, look at how bad he is. And then you just have to look at their team and you just be like, okay, yeah, that's why he's bad. So the only reason so we will see those, there's no question. We will see people posting how bad Balthier is afterwards. It's gonna happen, but that's because they don't know how to use him. That's pretty much it.
Matt, you guys see how strong Lightning is? Imagine her with now Balthier on the team. Just even more stronger. That's going to be the thing too, is that a lot of players, they're going to be seeing Lightning doing the damage. They're not going to be seeing Balthier doing the damage. Lightning's going to be doing a huge chunk of the work. But what they don't understand is Jin's saying, he is a support. He has a support-like kit now with his special effects, so he's going to improve the entire party. So,
yeah,
Right,
how
and he'll
annoying
improve.
are all of those framed buffs and everything on bosses, like just the ability to just not only get rid of them but to steal them. I remember using Balthier on that stupid like plant golem, and that was like when it first came out, and Balthier, I don't even think I had his EX at that point, but I used it to steal those buffs, and it was so clutch. Like way back when.
can you imagine Balthier stealing a buff shield, a beefy shield, and extending its
Or-
turn by 1 turn?
Somebody made a joke. What Balthier stealing the Lufenia orb?
Look at me. I'm the Lufenia boss now.
The Lufenia boss now.
Oh, you weren't prepared? Oh, well, that's your problem. Oh, geez.
Exactly.
That's funny. So yeah, guys. So don't let the naysayers influence you the other way. Balthier, from what we've seen, he's going to be a good character to add on to your team compositions. If you guys are still undecided, don't pull right away. Wait until content creators actually start putting out videos so you guys can actually decide for yourselves.
Oh, one thing I want to add is that after you watch your favorite content creator, we also encourage you guys to do your own research too. That's why there's fantastic resources out there like Dissidia DB, Dissidia Info, Tonberry Troop. They're all there. Do your research too. I don't want you guys taking my word as gospel or whatnot. I want you guys to do your research, because that's why Lidz and I and Rez and Jin and Black Nero, Joseph, we all share those resources to you guys too, because those resources are what we use to, inform you guys of what these characters do and team comps and all that good stuff. So we encourage you guys, if you have the time, do your research too and make the decision for yourselves if a character is going to be worth it for your party or not.
What if I want to do my research on Facebook?
We're gonna have a talk later, Liz.
I hear great things about the Opera Omni community on Facebook. I think that's a good source.
That's why I always have to fact check Lid's videos.
You guys see like an X or a check mark start popping up.
Stay away from like anything to do
Don't.
with character evaluation or kits. Like I just do the fluff content.
Don't stay away from Reddit. Don't stay away from Discord unless you not Discord. I'm sorry, Facebook, unless you know it's a viable source. Because we've all seen freaking on Reddit. Someone was saying that Ultimecia was trash because her first ability didn't do AoE right off the bat. Someone was actually saying Vayne was bad, that they didn't do much damage. Back in the day, I was that's like, you're using them wrong. Like, just some players don't know how to understand. They don't grasp the characters. Yeah, someone said like Ultimecia was bad because her skill 1 wasn't AoE, but they weren't at full stacks of her buff. So it's just players that don't understand how to use them, and then they, for some reason, take it upon themselves to go onto these social media places and vent about them when they obviously are not using them correctly. So, as 40 is saying, do your research, watch your favorite content creators, watch multiples of them just so you could get a better grasp and just different opinions. So at the end of the day, you can make your own opinion, because that's what we're trying to do at the end of the day. We're trying to teach you how to make your own decisions. But what's the word I'm looking for? In an appropriate manner, and with what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Of you being educated. There we go. Well, we'll just put it that way. So
Don't take any one source as gospel.
more informed. There you go. So yes, exactly as Rez said, an informed opinion. And I do understand that. I know that there are a lot of, it sucks too, because I know that, there's a lot of new players, and that I feel like I'm the same way when I played, different gachas. You go into a different gacha, you don't understand what's going on, and you just want a fast and simple answer, so, but no, Balthier. He's going to be
So
good.
what you're saying, Liz, what you're saying, Liz, is just make sure to watch all of our videos completely from beginning to end, right? Is that what you're saying?
Sure. Yeah, 40s.
Just very strategic content. So
yeah. Anything else about the one that they call the Balthier?
That costume is fire. The moment I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's totally from Tactics. That's Tactics right there. He is our unofficial other Tactics character. All of us that were asking him for a tech, there you go. Sort of.
That meme I posted was hilarious. I found that hilarious. It was like
that meme was amazing.
Yeah.
It's like people are having their hand out asking for a Tactics character. The devs reaching out and then high-fiving with the Balthier with his War of the Lions vision costume.
Yeah, it's the unofficial Final Fantasy Tactics character. Gosh damn it. But I mean, sure, right? He was featured. I don't remember it. I don't remember him. I guess I didn't unlock him, but I know he was in there.
No, if you played the original Tactics, he's not in there.
Yeah.
He's
no,
only in
the War of the
Lions.
Correct. Yeah. I played that one. I love the cutscenes and all that wonderful stuff. So it's unofficial Final Fantasy Tactics character. And I spotted that in 40's video. I saw him use Agrias and Ramza alongside Balthier. I saw that. I caught onto that. So that was great. All right, guys. So anything else in terms of Balthier? We done? We all pulling for him? We're all going to pity him? Awesome.
Yeah.
Hype.
So we are just gonna, I don't know, do you guys want to just quickly discuss some JP things? It wasn't a part of the plan, but we are a chill podcast, so I figured why not. If you guys have any questions, and if any, as my host, if you guys see any good questions, please just pick them out and we will answer them as we go. So guys, so JP just had their 4-year anniversary stream sometime today. I just found out about it. I don't have all the information quite yet. I was literally reading the translations right before we started the stream today, and there's some interesting things coming to the JP side. So guys, first and foremost, Zidane is going to be getting a burst weapon. Yay. Wonderful. But this is the more interesting part. Burst Plus. That's going to be a thing.
Burst realization.
Burst realizations are going to be a thing. How do you guys feel about that?
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned in the very beginning of the stream or podcast, but I do love that plus eras are always the best for me for saving, because I already have that unit's burst. Like obviously I'm gonna have all my favorites burst, and then the moment they come around, whoops, I just plus them, and I got an insanely good character again for no resources spent. So it's awesome. I love the plus era. It's more hoarding for me.
40.
I think it's great. I think it's gonna definitely be good too for those characters that have more so lackluster burst effects, like Shantoto. Her burst effects still makes me cry to this day, because when I look at some of the other ones, I'm like, come on. You know? So I think it's going to be good that they've introduced a way to improve that. What I am looking forward to more, though, which they haven't said yet for JP, but they did address this as a question to Fujiwara-san, was improving EX plus abilities, because EX plus abilities for a lot of characters that have gotten upgrades are starting to show a lot of age, like really badly, to where like for example, Zell's EX plus. I honestly rarely use it in his rotation now, because everything else that he has is just so much better. You know, even to refresh a buff, I hardly use it.
Vaughn, I keep hearing that a lot of players, ever since Vaughn's rework on the JP side, they don't even use his EX ability when they're playing. They just spam his LD and his abilities, the free abilities. That's it. They don't press the EX ability button.
Yeah.
I mean, I always figured it'd be a thing, because skill 1, skill 2 gets reworked. I mean, LDs get reworked, extended. EX is gonna eventually get reworked. It's not like it was never a question. I don't think it was just more of when, I guess.
I can see that, and this is also nice too, because So when I was reading the translations, they were talking about that some burst weapons were going to be popping up again, and global players pay very close attention to this because this is going to start helping in terms of planning. Because just in case you can't pull for a burst unit's weapon now, JP confirming that a lot of the earlier burst weapons going to be reappearing again lets you plan up ahead. Okay, so if I can't pick it up now, maybe I'm going to skip out this character's burst weapon for now, pick up somebody else to help me out get there, and then you could pick them up a little bit later down the line. They did confirm or say that burst weapons are going to start popping up or being refeatured in between these burst pluses, which you can realize after completing the new difficulty, which is going to be Lufenia Plus. So it's going to be the same way to realize everything else that you have. Your EX weapons, your high armors. At a certain point on the global side, you can realize those. So burst weapons, same concept. You're going to use a book to realize it. And I believe I didn't read that far in. There's going to be limit breaks also for burst weapons,
stages and stuff for that too.
So. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a good time to
more resource management.
GP. Yeah.
Something I wanted to ask you guys from the Q&A is they were saying that EX abilities were going to get an upgrade at some point too, which is great for characters. Like the EX skill is like the worst part of their kit.
Jen, you can take this one.
No, I mean, that's the sad thing. Like, Rez, you left, and then that's exactly what we talked about.
No, it's okay.
I had 3 white.
That's okay. I mean,
it's okay. It's literally okay.
But that's hilarious.
Sorry,
it's just that you actually brought up exactly what we talked about when you left. I mean, it's too bad.
We're just that much on the same wavelength.
Yeah. Go ahead and give your own thoughts if you want to on it, obviously.
I'm just excited. I'm excited for it because I feel like there are a lot of EX abilities that are now the weakest part of their kit. Like just playing Machina, for example, like, oh my God, that guy needs like multiple HP jumps or something. Like he needs like something on his EX. I mean, Cloud needs something. There are so many characters we're just avoiding.
Kieran, for the longest time, I've been saying that guy needs multiple HP dumps during his EX animation. That guy can overflow so often. Barrett is another wonderful example too. I don't understand why they didn't give him more than 1 HP dump during his animation. I guess because he's more of a support-like attacker, which I can see that argument, but still, like so many of the times, he's just brave leaking. So being able to
who has Kieran built though?
Me?
on both versions of the game. You know how we were just talking about Balthier with auras? Okay, Kieran doesn't have brave damage, but still.
No, he's solid. He's for sure. He's solid unit. Yeah.
He just like he looks weird.
He's a very trolly look.
Kieran looks weird.
Yes, his eyes are like too close together. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Why are you judging him?
He looks weird. I mean, his EX came home very early for me, but I still am not.
All right, 40, as a fellow Kieran builder, do you believe that people swept Kieran under the rug?
Totally. Yeah.
No, I mean, he's obviously overlooked just because he's a very unit that no one's played the game for, and I agree with Rez. Yeah. He looks weird.
I feel for him.
If that was like a hyped character, like, people would be pulling for him like crazy because he's a solid unit for sure. But he's weird.
Gosh, so pair him up with Warrior of Light and see how weird he is.
He looks
he's
weird.
solid.
I know nothing about his kit. He just looks weird.
He was overshadowed because he's not popular. He's in that. There are characters that like Guy is actually gonna be one of those characters. Guy's coming soon, and I already know people are gonna skip him. He's not popular, but it doesn't mean that he's not good. But yeah, he's just not popular.
Blame the character design.
Well, I mean,
I like.
Let's be real. People are skipping him because he speaks Beaver. That's the main reason why. I mean, a guy that speaks Beaver, I don't know if I want to talk to him. Just saying. I'm just kidding.
He's a bit loony.
I don't know what to say about. Oh, geez, Rez is choking on her White Claw.
Okay.
But I don't even know what to think about Guy because I built up Guy on the JP side. He's maxed out LD, everything. Not even 2 weeks later, I put him on the bench. I don't know.
Right.
I feel like I don't know. That's just me though. That's just me. I have faith in the global player base that, of course, they will do more with him. They'll put him to more use, but I feel like he's not
a very hyped.
Yeah,
he's not a very hyped character, both skill wise and look wise and everything.
And I swear there was someone in my chat for like a month. They're like, "Guys, speak Beaver." Like, God damn it! What was it? What was that parody on YouTube? What are they called? Final Fantasy in a nutshell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Final Fantasy in a nutshell. Yeah.
So
that stuff is
by
great.
Rabtoons. Yeah.
So, but yeah. And all right, guys. If you guys still have any more questions, ask away. But another thing that someone else confirmed that I didn't read was that the LD token shop was going to be a thing.
Yeah, apparently that is a thing, and it was there was people in chat confirming it. Oh, you got the info?
I assume that it's if it's a LD shop, I assume it's gonna the tokens are gonna be very rare to get, and they're also going to be maybe bought also.
Didn't we not get an EX, like a full EX token shop until every character got their EX?
Yeah, it's very. I'm assuming like
LD shop maybe. Well, poor Ace hasn't even gotten his LD yet, much less his BT rip.
Like at this point, I haven't bought anything with EX tokens, so like I have it barely enough for 2 EXs, and I haven't used any of them. So that shows you how little we get of EX tokens. So I assume LD will be even more rare.
Imagine
but
if you bought
nice.
EX with those tokens.
Yeah, that's why I refused to do it. I was like, I'm not using my EX tokens on Struggle. I knew how little I would get them. Therefore, like me really like sucking a character I like. And I also exchanged for the tokens. For all 30 of my Cactuar tokens, they go to an EX token.
I actually buy the red nuggets with those.
Do you really? I have a bunch.
I get the EX tokens from the premium Mog Pass, so I kind of I like to have a variety of characters. So the more red nuggets I have, the more EXs I can limit break once they're realized.
I get so many fucking EX dupes that at this point.
Yeah, the Premier Pass helps with that a lot.
Yeah, I get the Premier Mog Pass, so like EX tokens are good there. I still get them from the Cactuar shop just because I get so many fucking EX dupes that I can just book those and sell them for ingots. But yeah. My next choice would be the red nuggets.
Yeah, but LD tokens, I'm excited for those for sure. I missed the conversation. Sorry, I kind of spilled my drink, so I had to get a towel to clean up a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm very excited about those. I was hoping that they would have introduced those with the 4-year anniversary. So global players, let's not jump the gun, so to say. We'll probably have to wait probably till next anniversary. All right, we're just giving you an insight of what's to come down the future.
Teddy is literally having a staring contest with my stuffed Tonberry. That is exactly what he's doing right now.
Oh, who's winning?
Obviously, Teddy. No, Teddy's winning.
All right, guys. So we are definitely near the tail end of the stream. So feel free to ask any questions, whatever you want. So
questions,
Oh, it's because the Tonberry has a knife, so Teddy wants to protect you.
Oh, he's a very, very protect boy. Right, baby? Who's the best bear? Hi, baby. Oh. He's my best bear. Sorry.
Does he actually attack your plushies?
No. No, he does not. He knows very well what's mine and what's his. He's got a cactus that I don't have with me, but it looks like a cactuar. But it's not a cactuar. But he loves it. It looks like a flowering cactuar.
Is it true if you don't use it or lose it? Yes. So actually, if you don't use it, you will lose it after 90 days of said item being in your inbox.
Yeah, so PSA for like if you get the Mog Pass or whatever for your burst tokens, never sell your burst dupes until you absolutely need to, because if you're at burst, you have 90 days to use those tokens before they expire. So never ever sell your burst dupes until you need them. Don't cash out your Mog Pass tokens until you need them.
Let them sit there. Yeah, just let them sit there unless you're absolutely sure you're about to use them, because as soon as your burst tokens go into your inbox, they are on an expiration date of 90 days. So
let's see. They're asking, are we doing a Balthier pool battle royale?
oh my.
It might be a little too soon, or that we don't know if we're gonna have time to align schedules, because I think most of us want to stream it, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
I'm going to.
We can plan another pool battle royale.
Yeah, we could plan like when Lulu gets her LD plus.
Yes.
Global first LD.
Yes, a waifu LD.
So is there anything weird? Non-burst. Someone actually asked a really good question. The judge, they say anything for improvements for non-burst characters now that burst plus is going to be a thing. Have you guys read the rest of the translations in terms of the JP side by any chance?
No.
No, okay.
I haven't seen anything.
I'm sorry, fam. So we'll have to get back to you. Yeah, Sekapoka burst plus. It's going to be a thing.
That might be where the EX improvements come in to be in line with like the BT plus improvements.
That is an excellent point. That is
the exact same thing.
Yeah. So whereas a character could lack in a burst or burst plus, they could potentially more than make up for it with their EX extension, their EX passive rework, so to say. So yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Do you think that would come in form of like also on the character board? Like I noticed that there are some, larger gaps than others where there might be room for another board, but I don't know.
think so. If they were to do that, I could definitely see them expanding the character boards even further. I mean, who's to say that they don't? I always thought or always have said that if characters, anytime they receive reworks, it wouldn't be to the actual weapon itself. They can always rework the passive that they get via the extensions. How we currently have with characters with their first and second ability. Same thing can be done with the EX weapons. Now, if they can't do that there, then definitely via the character boards, I believe, is a path that they can take.
Yeah, valid.
So
it's definitely gonna be harder for newer players if they keep adding more character boards. You have to get more character points to fully max out a character, but it really depends. Obviously a straight rework is the best for everyone, but yeah, either path I'm sure is available for anything.
So do you guys think it would be fair for them to increase the amount of character board points we receive from stages? Of course,
I think they would have to.
Of course, Mog Pass purchasers would receive more, I believe. But if they were to receive more, do you guys believe that's like a fair trade-off?
Yeah, I think it's. I think they would have to. Like, if every character is needing, like, LID extension already requires 3,000 more points, and that's on top of the other previous already. So if people without the Mog Pass are only getting 5,000 per event, it's really a struggle, and they would have to pick and choose their units too much. I think so. They'd have to increase the points or just make it a straight rework.
Right. I can. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, Random Planet actually has a good question. Should we briefly discuss the upcoming DE rewards, the 15, 18, and 20, and how players should not expect the bug that JP got, but expect like that Global is getting an additional reward for 18 as kind of like a balance for that,
40, would you like to rant again?
No, this is not a rant. I was
No, I was just saying about players that feel entitled that we should receive that.
So, if you guys missed the Square Enix stream, they talked about the rewards for DE because we're getting the last DE tier, which is 20, before we get the next one, which is Transcendence. In JP, if you guys remember how we got those like gem rewards for like completing up to a certain point in DE on Global. Well, in JP, when they brought this back when DE 20 came out, there was a bug where those who obtained the awards before were able to obtain them again, so they got double the gems. And that's not going to happen on Global, unfortunately, because it was a bug. It was not intended to happen. But what Josh and Glacy announced on the Square Enix stream is that they're adding rewards for DE18. So if you already have DE18 finished up, from what I understand, you're going to be getting additional rewards for that. And I think they're supposed to be in the form of gems. So it kind of compensates what happened with that bug on JP. It's not going to be as much, but you were still getting a little bit more than what was intended on JP. So that's a good point that you brought that up there, Random, for us to bring up. So make sure you guys have your DEs all completed. For 20, if you have Lightning or Warrior of Light freed up, they're very, very good for that one. Very, very good. Or even Dark Knight Cecil is actually really good for that one too. Because it's going to be who is it again? Blackened Will?
Yes, Blackened Will.
And
Furion.
That thing has a lot of HP.
Oh, that's fun. I remember from the JP side, Warrior of Light came in handy for that one. Furion. Yeah. Lightning obviously helps stomp. So.
Yeah.
And
it's harder than some Lufenias, actually, if you're not prepared for it. It's a chaos, but it's actually harder than some Lufenias.
And if you're rocking like the full meta team, just don't go easy peasy, easy life, easy game. Come on. Right, you're rocking out your Lightning, your Balthier, and your Dark Knight Cecil. Just saying.
Ooh, rocking Balthier. Yeah, we can use him right away. Sounds nice.
Yeah.
And guys, be prepared because the next thing that we're going to have after DE20 is it should be, I can't speak for the global side of the game, but it should be Dimensions End Transcendence. So that's Lufenia difficulty, Dimensions End, and man, those are rough.
Yeah, not looking forward to those.
Yeah, just a fair.
I need more bursts. I only have like 5 or 6. No.
Yeah. Well, if anything, I think that's the beautiful thing too. Also, is that I know this comes into play too when it comes to like newer players is when they can't do harder content. The beautiful thing about the Transcendence is that it's permanent content. You don't have to do it right away. You can always come back. Don't let the pressure of other players, influence you or stress you out that you have to do this right now. No, you might miss out maybe on 3-5 tickets for the initial player missions.
Tickets are important, Lidz.
Well, okay. Right. It could be a burst weapon that 0.1% chance to be a burst. It could be a burst weapon. So, but I mean, it's going to be permanent content. You don't stress yourselves out. All right. It can be tough if you're not prepared. If you're prepared, you're going to be just fine. So pay very close attention to content creators like 40 the Broadway Saiyan when it comes to Transcendent stuff.
What about
it? You do want to rush the DE20 kind of more or less for the reward.
Yeah, for the gem rewards if you can, because those gem rewards are limited.
Yes,
you have to like. I remember people rushing the previous reward point. Like if you're spending more gems to like pool characters to make it to that reward point, then it's pointless. So obviously don't do that. Just make sure you do the content if you can do it, but don't pool a bunch to do the content because then you're losing gems anyways. More gems than you get.
I work in marketing and I fucking hate this term, but I use it all the time in Gacha. But ROI, return on investment. Like think about what you're using in terms of resources and imagine, is that worth the ROI, the return on investment? And I hate myself every time a little bit more for using that term.
So if I started saying return on investment, would you hate me?
No, I just hate myself for using it.
Okay. Gotcha. And that's also in terms of the like rushing the thing is that I know that you guys are probably seeing a lot of players post their screenshots of their solo or duo for Dimensions End. You don't have to be stressed in terms of doing that because we have more than enough characters to do all 20 of the entropy dimensions, and we have more than enough. So you do not have to stress yourselves out of doing a duo run, a solo run for said content. Not unless you're bored, by all means, but yeah.
Yeah, totally agreed with that. I remember like Shadow was one of my most fun characters to use, and I remember a lot of people used him for, I think it was DE7 or DE9 solo.
D9.
Did you solo, Rez?
Solo, and I was like, no, I have more than enough characters to get through, and I'm not about to like spend a ton of time resetting waves before the reset wave feature was even out. So having to force quit the game and restart it. Like some people enjoy that. It's not worth the ROI. I hate myself for using that term to spend all that time just to free up 2 extra characters for the rest of DE.
I think I've done only like a 1 duo for 1 tier, and the rest have 3 characters. And like, if I show in like all my available characters, like how OP like the available characters I have are for just DE20, that's all that's left because it does reset once you go to Transcendence. So like, it's solo is pointless unless you really are lacking units somehow.
I think that definitely made more sense back in the day when, Dimensions End were being introduced and it was a little bit tougher because just we lacked strong characters during that time. Like on the JP side, I soloed, DE4 with Lightning on the global side. I was like, no, I'm going to save her for like DE20. And I ran a full three character comp for that one. I didn't solo DE9 on global because I wasn't going to put myself through that again. No freaking way. So
nightmare. As somebody that has done that before, but it looks like a nightmare.
So yeah, it can be, DE9 with Shadow, it's definitely a lot of RNG base, especially with his evade and his counter. Yeah.
I was very appreciative that, like, because I know Inkwelder posted a video of his DE9 Shadow clear, and he was very upfront. He was like, I did, something like 50 wave resets on this. And I was like, that's not how I want to spend my time. I respect this solo clear, but that's not how I want to spend my time. I will waste my time in other ways instead.
God damn it. Do we have any more excellent questions to ask? Feel free, fam. Feel free. Sorry, I had to take a drink there.
Never apologize for that, Lidz. Never apologize.
Never apologize for her drinking? She's chugging down her White Claw.
Done.
8 Dimensions End solo. I haven't done that one. Russ says that after a 10-second long chug. Yeah, right.
I don't want to feel guilty myself, so.
So again, guys, if you would like any of your questions answered, now is the time to do so. We are at the tail end of the stream. We appreciate you guys coming out and joining us.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Is it possible to?
There's a good.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to address that question. That's actually a great question, and I hope they do add that, Lil Mac Jr.
I know. Why haven't they increased it from like 30? 30 seems like such an arbitrary number.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we've asked for that quality of life change for a while, but it seems to be a difficult implementation, or I don't know why it has kind of been ignored for all this time.
Hopefully one day they do. Quickly to answer Sakapoko's question, no, Shalada has not received an LD quite yet. But I don't understand why they haven't given us, even not just global, like JP too, like why they haven't given us the capabilities to sell more than 30 items. Especially if we're going all the way up to the pity, we're going to have a lot of weapons to sell. Only 30 seems kind of tedious. So
I will not play Disgaea. Is that how you say it? Disgaea?
Yes.
Gaia.
This guy. Oh, someone's asking why the fire chat name.
Oh, because
So
we
it's
like
fire
fire and burning things.
Side chat, and it just
Because we like
popped
Seymour.
into my head one day.
Burning Seymour, burning
Head
Seymour.
one day, and we three of us like whiskey, and I just had the vision
Still
of all of us
revolving.
like drinking whiskey by the fireside chat.
But there's no fireside here, though. There's no fireplace.
It's the Seymour burning. That's what it is.
It's the Seymour burn, exactly. Fuck you, Seymour. Fuck you, Seymour.
Oh, geez. It becomes a roast fest when anybody mentions Seymour and Rez like in the same sentence. So then it becomes a roast fest. All right. So
Wait, Liz, you should just add a burning Seymour to the background, and that can be our fireside.
I could probably carry down my desktop one day downstairs. There's a fireplace downstairs. I guess I could do that one day.
Right, and I guess it's not that new.
But you have to be in like a robe and then have like a.
I've got my robe. I live in this robe, Cave Res style.
Is there any banner to pull on for JP that is game changer? So currently on the JP setup, probably, what are we saying? Probably the Zidane banner once he gets his LD and burst weapon, because this is from his LD effect. Those I quickly read for friggin' Zidane. Whenever he breaks a target with his buff, he deletes that enemy's turn and gets to act for free. What? He's gonna be best friends with X-Death. So.
Yeah, that's pretty broken.
And I think I caught these translations too. Zidane heals now, right? With his burst or burst plus?
He does. Yeah,
he heals.
Someone sent it to me. He's kind of broken, but then again, I mean that's expected, you know.
He's one of the last protagonists to get their burst.
Yeah. So yeah, burst plus things. They're gonna be crazy. So tickets. So the resources for any divine summons, not just divine diabolos. This is going to be all of them, unless they decide to change them. But so far, this has been true to this date in terms of all the divine summons. Is the resources you receive is 400 tickets, 40k gems, 100 red nuggets, and 100 blue nuggets. So, all right. Anything else, guys? Do you guys spot one more question? One more question.
Did somebody say Aphma got her LD too? Is that real?
She did, yeah.
Oh,
I haven't read that far.
I haven't seen it yet, but
okay.
I'm excited.
Another question.
Hopefully, it's good.
So one more question, guys, and then that'll be it for tonight's stream. 40 picked the last one.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, all right. When is Jin Lee going to have a camera by Max Braver?
That's an excellent question. Excellent question.
Because I'm not extorting him anymore.
That's very true, Jin. When are you getting a camera?
When I have 1,000 OnlyFans subscribers.
What are you guys talking about? Look at him. He this is him. He stands perfectly still. He has perfected the art of being still. So I don't know why you guys are throwing hate towards him. I got you, man. All right.
I'm curious about the Tara question, though.
Okay. What's up?
How is Tara holding out now that she technically got crept already in JP?
She's still considered top 5, top 6.
I just used it. I didn't like her. When I got her burst, I brought her in content and I was like, I think I need some better auras or something here because I am not liking this at all. But again, it wasn't the ideal team setup. I just threw her on there. So I'll get back to you, Rez, once I get a better team composition. Because again, it's all about team compositions in this game. She's about to ban me from her server right now. I can see it in her eyes.
Tara, my poor girl.
All right, guys. So that is it for today's stream. Thank you guys for joining us today. We had a wonderful discussion in terms of the 3rd year anniversary, in terms of why Balthier is not a cheap Paladin Cecil, and you know some topics in regards to the JP side and what you guys should look forward to. So if my fellow hosts can just close out by giving and where viewers can find you.
Who wants to go first?
YouTube Jin Lee. You will find me there. And yeah, you can join the Discord. We're on Discord as well.
Rez.
You can find me on YouTube, on Twitch, and Discord for resphoina 7th Heaven. And you can find this bear anywhere where things. Look at the bear. Okay, 40, you're up.
You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Discord, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
TikTok.
Recently, TikTok. I made a TikTok. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. But don't expect DFO content on that. It's going to be a lot of my goofy troll things that I do. And I teach a weekly Zoom fitness class, and it's free every Thursday. So
we'll have
if you guys are interested in that, it's on Zoom. You guys can ping me on social media.
We'll have to get all our social links for the next one, but. Oh wait, you said you also had a fans only, right, 40?
No, I don't have an OnlyFans. No, that's just Jin.
Oh jeez.
You're losing out on a lot of money there, 40.
And me myself, Lidz87. You guys can find me on YouTube, on Twitch, and Discord. Not on OnlyFans. That is only Jin Lee at the moment. We'll see about any potential future accounts, because now that we're getting weapon glosses introduced into the game, you know, we got to find ways to, you know, pay for those. So, all right, guys. So thank you guys for joining us for our 4th episode of the Fireside Chat. Be sure to pay attention to all of our Discords. 2 of us have Twitters in regards to when the next one will be. So far, we are planning. So we did agree upon that we were looking to do like around the 2nd Tuesday of every month, so that way we have a more definitive date, and if anything changes, we will let you guys know. All right, guys. So again, we appreciate you guys joining us, and we will see you guys on the next one. All right, happy grinding and take care. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.